I wanted to work with a supplier partner I respect.
I wanted a partner who respected me.
SRS Distribution delivers more than building products. SRS delivers customer success.
Welcome to the Roofing and Exteriors Influencer Industry Series. I'm Chief Editor Rachel Williams, and I'm speaking with Ryan Groth. Ryan, thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here, Rachel.
Great. Well, I know that you are an expert in helping owners build high-performance sales teams. What advice do you have for owners who are looking to achieve this?
First piece of advice I'd say is, look, you're either growing or you're dying, right? It's the economy's changing, the stock market's changing. You have to continue to build value, and you have to continue to think about growing, or you're going to go backwards. So when you do that, you think about the impact of having sales in your business. You cannot build something unless you sell it. And as soon as you sell it, you're continuing working yourself out of a job. You're trying to finish the job as fast as possible. So I think the first thing I like to say is you have to think about how important consistent incoming sales is. And then when you look at the impact of not focusing on like quality jobs and quality clients, you could see a ripple effect in your bottom line. So when you start to see that building a high performance sales team is something that you start to work on, you realize it can never stop improving, and the impact is dramatic. And at the end of the day, you can't build something unless you sell it, and you have to build a sales team if you one day want to be out of the sales, right? And I think every owner doesn't think, man, I just love asphalt shingles and TPO so much. I just love hanging out with it all day and touching it all day. I think eventually they're like, I want to be able to move on, or be able to spend some time hanging out at the beach, or hanging out with my family, or spending time growing the business and learning how to be an executive. The only way you can really truly feel like you could start to do that is by building a really good sales team. That's a high performance sales team that, and I'll just make one more comment there, that salespeople want to be a part of. I think it's quite common where salespeople feel like they're part of a kind of like the Bad News Bears, if you were to look at that, versus like a Division I or a professional program. And I think what's really cool is when you see in roofing, people start to shape that. Man, you can attract some really special contributors that you can trust, and you're glad to have them represent you.
So speaking about that growth, how else can, owners approach building a scalable sales system to grow with them?
I think the very first thing you have to have is a vision for salespeople. So like you have to have something to get them excited about. They want to, like, really, salespeople like money, but 67% of salespeople are intrinsically motivated. They want to feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves. They're making an impact. They're building something. So when you do such a thing, you create that vision, you can get people bought in. So that's the first thing. But then what I really like, there's a lot more that you could do, but one thing that you just have to have is you have to have a sales process that you believe in. Now, there are a lot of sales processes out there, and you can find different styles and different types with different sales models. But at the end of the day, having a structured, defined sales process is like me giving you a sword, like a weapon, as a salesperson to go out there and ultimately do what you want, right? Which is, you want to go make some great money, you want to feel like you're contributing, you want to go home feeling like you did a good job and you feel great about what you do. So those are a couple things. There's so much more that you could do, and then we could talk about this for probably another hour. But what I would encourage owners to do is have a vision that would get a person excited. Make sure it's bigger than just you. Make sure it's about everybody. And then get a sales process in place that you can implement, train, coach to, reinforce, support, because when a sales process is in place, it'll make you really unstoppable, because you could sell value, close deals, predict revenue, have a higher closing ratio, all of these variables on the front end that ultimately impact your bottom line, right? Because just kind of wrapping this up, you make net profit, right, from completing a job, right? Completing the job costs you a certain amount of money. You have to sell it at a certain amount of money on the up front in order to have the margin left over. If you just create a high margin client base and a customer acquisition machine through sales, it's going to be a very special thing. And this industry is just right for that, and it's improving every single year. I'm seeing some incredible sales teams being formed.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
We needed a partner with employees who care as much as we do.
I wanted a partner that would help me grow my business.
SRS Distribution delivers more than building products. SRS delivers customer success.